Hey guys, it's Jenny coming at you, and today I wanted to talk about going to school at a performing arts school. The speed draw has nothing to do with the actual video. It's just kind of stuff for you to look at the background. I really should plan out my speed draws to make it relevant to whatever I'm talking about. But usually I just record myself drawing first, and then I'm just like, so what am I going to talk about today? So, as most of you probably don't know, maybe you do, I don't know, maybe I mentioned it in another video, but I go to a performing arts school. It is, I think, the #1 art school in my state, which isn't saying much. There's like 3, I think. It's not really great. It's a good school. I love my school. But you know what I mean. But if you don't know what a performing arts school is, it's basically, well, in my case, it's a high school. There are some middle schools sometimes where kids go to school. They do all their math, reading, English, science classes and all that. But then they also have a class for their designated major, I guess. We use the term majors. Some schools might use other terms. My school is both a performing arts school and a visual arts school and has a bunch of other stuff. Some schools only have performing arts. Some schools are purely like just visual drawing art. In my school, I'm a vocal major. If you still don't know, if you've ever seen the show Victorious, it's basically that, except we actually do math classes. I don't think they ever show them doing a subject other than theater and music in any of their classes. But yes, to clear up the misconceptions that people have about art school, we do have academic classes. It's kind of the law. What we don't have, however, is gym. I'm not sure if all performing arts schools are like this, but we do not have a gym class. That is something we are lacking. We do, however, have 4 flights of stairs, so we trade it one for the other. Anyways, I started going to my school freshman year, and I've been there ever since. I'm currently a junior. In this current pandemic, it's so much fun. I'm failing half of my classes. I love it. Anyways, this school, basically you have to audition for it, and then they tell you if you get in or not. You can audition for multiple majors, however, you can only be one major, and again, this can change from school to school. If you plan on going into anything, musical theater, music, or, visual art, because I see a lot of people, not a lot of people, because I don't have a lot of people in my comments, but the few people that are in my comments who watch these videos, a lot of them ask me how to improve their art, and I personally am self-taught, but if you can, get into one of these schools, if you can research it, you have a school that's nearby and you have the ability to go to one of those, I recommend it. You can improve a lot. I have seen a lot of my friends go from pretty good to, art gods in, 2.5 years. And it's obviously, learning is relative. You can't expect to be, amazing, mastering it in 2 years. But it definitely helps a lot. I personally don't even take classes, and I feel like I've improved a lot in the past 2 years. Something else I should say, art schools have such good environments. I don't know if it's just my school and the area it's in, but the people at my school are very nice. There's, no racists, which is so refreshing after my old school. Some of you may not know this, some of you may know this. I always say this every time I say a fact about myself, but I am Hispanic. I am a white Hispanic, okay? So when you look at me, you see a white person, but my ethnicity is Hispanic. So I kind of fall into this weird middle ground of racists accepting me as a white person, but then they find out I'm Hispanic. Or sometimes they don't even find out I'm Hispanic. They just start talking shit, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that's my parents you're talking about. And it's really great, It's Gotta love those racists. That's sarcasm, by the way. God. I don't want anyone to misconstrue that. I am being sarcastic. But yeah, there's not many bigots in my school, and it's great. Half the population is made out of gays, which is also epic because they're the majority. You can't make fun of the majority. It's great. And it's a very accepting environment. Obviously, there's gonna be one or two kids that are like, well, I think there are only two genders. And it's like, literally shut the fuck up. No one agrees with you. And it's amazing. So, if you live in a very bad environment, go to art school, man. I swear to God, it's amazing. I personally love my art school. There are a few things that my art school is kind of not great at, and it's money. Teachers at my school don't get paid a lot. They're like below the state salary, and it's like, damn, are you okay? Like, they need a raise. I had teachers leave this year probably because they found other jobs that pay better, and I'm just like, no, these are the best teachers I've ever had. Stop making them leave, pay them better. And they, like, the vending machines, like, at my old school, a bag of chips was like 50 cents. At my school now, it's like $1.25, and I'm just like, what the fuck? For a bag of chips? And I think they actually raised it too by like a nickel or a dime, and then everyone got really mad. It's, they're so cheap, and they just want all the money. And we have like concerts all the time. Like, I get they need to pay for equipment and stuff, but also just why? They have fundraisers every single year, and they get so much money from our performances and stuff. I just don't understand. Anyways, I'm complaining a lot, but I do still love the school. This is, okay, I'm kind of bragging. I'm gonna brag for a second. I actually go to the same performing arts school that, I'm not sure if any of you guys know this show, but there's a new show on Netflix called Julie and the Phantoms, and the lead actress, her name is, Madison Regis, and she went to my school. I think she's homeschooled now or something, and we had, like, class together. We're the same age. We never spoke, though. I'm not gonna claim to be her friend. We've had, like, 2 conversations in our life. But we do go to the same school. Or did. I don't know if she's coming back or not. But I didn't just bring that up to brag. I brought that up to say performing arts schools are great ways to get, like, auditions to things. Because, well, I mean, I heard from a mutual friend, of course, this is all secondhand information, that she got that audition, like, she got the information about the audition for that show through the school. The teachers of the theater class, because she was a theater major, were like, hey, Netflix is having auditions for their new show. If any of you guys fit the role that they're looking for, you guys should audition. And it opens up a lot of opportunities. So if you are looking to be an actress or a musician or something, these are great opportunities, and I really recommend going to an art school. It's amazing. I personally live kind of far away from my school. I'm an hour away. So I don't always have the chances to do some of the things that other kids get to do because they live in the area. But just being at my school looks great on a college application. It's like, yes, I already know about what I'm doing, and they can already see, okay, you had A's and B's in vocal, so now we know that at this school, you're probably going to get something similar, right? Even if that's not the case. It just looks good on your transcript if you already have music classes, especially if you have multiple music classes, or, you know, whatever it is that you want to major in. So for some people it might be multiple art classes, multiple theater classes, multiple dance classes. My school used to have a figure skating major, and then they didn't freshman year. In the middle of freshman year, they were like, okay, we're not going to have a figure skating major anymore next year. So, and the school started a petition against it to bring the major back. It was insane. I felt bad for those kids. They weren't forced to leave though, they got to switch majors. real quick before I continue, I should probably talk about the speed draw in the background. Basically, I have a series on my Instagram that I actually haven't visited in a while. But it's basically, drawing Minecraft mobs as cute girls. And I was like, I want to do another one of those. So here's the speed draw for that. That's what that is, if you're wondering. I made the tips of her hair dyed because you can dye sheep. And I was like, what if her hair was dyed, but she grew it out? Whoa. It's like, well, it's so epic. Ah. I also have her hair covering her cheeks because this sheep, you can't see it right now, but the sheep, has, like, fur on his cheeks. It's really cute. And I love this. Oh my god, I love Minecraft sheep. Also, the intro of this video looks like a Minecraft video intro. I'm sorry if you got confused at all. This is a speed draw, as you can tell by now. So, I just want to bring up a little anecdote about one of my teachers. I'm going to call him Mr. C because I'm not going to say his full name. But this teacher, first of all, he's probably the best, if not the second best teacher I've ever had. I love him. He left my school this year, which is very sad. Everyone misses him. But he is probably one of the most eccentric teachers I've ever met. He's like a lunatic. He's insane. It's amazing. He is a force of pure chaos. And I love everything about it. So, I'm new to this school, right? Freshman year, imagine it. I'm new to this school. I go to a vocal class for the first time, and I'm expecting this like really strange environment where everyone's super talented and I'm just kind of there, you know. In my mind, I barely got into the school. And in the doorway greets you this teacher named Mr. C. And he's like, hello, welcome to Vocal Tech 9. And you're like, hey, this guy's nice. Maybe this will be okay. And then he brings out the crown. Basically, this teacher, Mr. C, had this crown that he kept in a drawer. And he would put it on sometimes. And he would call himself the king. Because he said when he was little, he wanted to be king of the United States. And his teacher said, the United States doesn't have a king. Do you mean president? And he said no. And it's basically, and that kind of set the stage for what was to come. He had this stick, okay? It was like a long stick. I think it might have been, it wasn't even a teacher stick. It was like a wooden stick. And glued to the end, like on hot glue, was a squirrel tail. And he would use it. He called it the squirrel stick. And he would use it, and he would point to the board. When he wanted our attention, he'd use the squirrel stick. And he would be like, oh, look at the squirrel stick. Ooh, it has your attention. Whoa, magic. And we'd all stare at the squirrel stick because, yeah, it's a squirrel tail on a stick. How can you not stare at it? He also had this scarf made out of, like, I don't know, ferrets? Also squirrels? It was made out of some small rodent. And it wasn't like the rodent's fur. It was like stuffed rodents, and like the teeth of one would be glued to the tail of another. And it was like that. And sometimes he would put it on. And it was very strange. God, I miss him. He also had this thing, he said like he would like worship pilgrims. It was like, and he had like these like little paper pilgrims that looked like a preschooler made it. Like, no offense to any preschoolers out there, but like no, this video is for 13 and up, Kappa, you can't get me, okay? But I don't make money off this video. Anyways, but it looks like a preschooler made it, like for like a project, and he has them, and he calls them the pilgrims, and he worships the pilgrims. And then we don't know his age. Basically, every year on his birthday, he lets the students guess his age, and no one has gotten it so far. And I really want to know how old he is. He's probably like 40, maybe 38, but he looks like he's 18. And he claims to be immortal, and he also claims to be psychic. And it's really strange. It's really freaking strange. Apparently, also, there was one time that another teacher, who I will call Mr. M, basically, we have, like, TVs in all of our rooms, because, again, school is very very money hungry, so they spend money on things like that. We have schools in all our rooms, so this teacher accidentally, what's the word? It's not airdrop, but his screen went on the screen in the wrong room. And the teacher said, "This is a declaration of war." So, instead of thinking, he just airdropped to the wrong room, we can continue, whatever, he went to that teacher's office and took his desk and put it in the elevator. Now, I am not sure if this story is real or not. In my mind, I think there's no way he could have done that. But, sophomore year, I had Mr. M as a teacher. And in his room, there is a piece of paper that says Peace Treaty Agreement with both of the teachers' names signed, so something must have happened. Even if the elevator story wasn't true, this means that Mr. C really did declare war on Mr. M for airdropping to the wrong room. And it's amazing, and it's hilarious, and oh my god, so chaotic. Mr. M also is one of my favorite teachers, probably. When you first meet him, compared to all the other, absolutely crazy staff members, he seems pretty normal. But then it's he's so normal, it feels like any day he might crack. He has these tiny moments of chaoticness. But I guess that's a story for another day. If you guys want to hear about Mr. M, I'll make a video, I guess. But yeah, here's the finished drawing. She's really cute. I forgot the freckles at the end, so I added them later. You can see them here. And yeah, it's my Minecraft sheep. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I keep saying I'm gonna make video essays, and then I just ramble instead. I promise I will. I'll make some structured videos. One day. Well, see you guys later. Johnny.